K.Anderson, a man who's living in the East Midlands now, probably the greatest sporting import to the fine city of Nottingham since Pierre Van Hooijdonk and Richard Hadley. Takes on D.Webster, the demolition man, who's got his own clothes just to make a change. He lost his luggage on the way to the Euro Tour last weekend, but it's turned up with him, resplendent in his green and yellow shirt, Demolition Man. You can actually see there's the A in Demolition Man is actually a silhouette of a bloke on the back of that shirt. It's near enough life size for D.Webster. Also got a lovely cityscape on the bottom. Not sure what it is because it doesn't look like Norwich, where he's from, but it matters not. He looks lovely as he takes on K.Anderson for a place in the second round. Kim Hybrex awaits the winner of this one. I'm Dan Dawson, and Paul Nicholson sat alongside me in the commentary box for this.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, Kyle to throw first. Game on!
Well, folks, I can assure you that mentioning Pierre Van Hooijdonk was not for a bet. Is he the best import from Nottingham?
Wow.
Trevor Francis, probably.
Yeah. He was only imported from Birmingham, Mike.
That's enough for people from Nottingham.
43.
It wouldn't have taken him if he was from Derby.
Well, said that about Brian Clough. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
K.Anderson,
100.
one of the form players, really, in the unseeded players. You don't want to draw K.Anderson in the first round of these European Tour events because he's playing some
69.
excellent darts, and we saw that when he made it all the way to the semi-finals in Austria earlier this year. Beat MVG along the way,
86.
had darts to beat Phil Taylor, the eventual winner. I have to say, over the course of the weekend, I thought he was the best player, and had he, he missed those darts, ultimately lost the game. So
36.
that's that. But I tell you what, the way he was playing, you'd have fancied him to carry on and win that final had he made it through.
I have to agree with you. Michael Smith got away with, well, he had some good fortune to get through to the semi-finals of that tournament, but he made the most of his opportunity. He played very well against Terry Jenkins. But the way Kyle was playing, if he didn't edged Phil Taylor, I reckon he might have taken Michael out.
Yeah, and it could have been his first PDC title. I mean, he's won 13 titles down under. He's winning them for absolute fun before he made the move. The 153 is not going for Webster, and it means that K.Anderson comes back to the board looking at double top. But he seems to be finding his feet now in the PDC, and that should worry a number of other players, because this lad can play. I don't think we've seen the best of him.
Game shot in the first leg.
Oh, he can play all right. And that 16 darter was done almost like it was in his sleep. And that's the way he plays. It's 15
60.
or under pretty much all of the time. And we talked in the last game about Andy Jenkins being a Japan Open champion back in, I think it was 2001.
60.
Well, K.Anderson has also won that tournament back in 2010, so only good players win the Japan Open apparently.
91.
But I think I echo what you were saying about Kyle. His emergence is not a mistake. It's not a fluke.
121.
He's been a brilliant dart player down under for a long time, since he was a kid. He's played for Australia, he's played in many different circuits. But just to go back on what you confirmed about people not wanting to play him, he is qualifying for pretty much every one of these now. And that makes you think, well, he's always going to be there. We're not going to get rid of him. He's not going to not qualify. That is something that pros do recognise.
Yeah, and once you start qualifying for a lot of these, then obviously, you're working your way up to being a seeded player, as he sets that up absolutely perfectly. And Webster's looking at another ton 50 plus checkout. It's not going to go, and Anderson's coming back to the board looking at double top again, and he took it out very, very simply in leg one. This would be for a 13 darter. Good guy. Ooh, double 10. Oh, there you go, it's a 15 darter, and that's 2-0.
I was just teasing him a bit, you think?
Third leg, Kyle to throw first.
Well, steady stuff to start. I get the feeling he might be warming up for something even bigger.
Oh, potentially. Look at this. Look at
this.
Well, D.Webster doesn't know what's hit him. And I think he made a mistake wearing a shirt that looks like an Aussie shirt.
58.
Yeah, that cityscape on the back does look more like Sydney than it does Norwich, I have to say.
120.
We were saying earlier, Ricky Evans' shirt look very Australian. Maybe there's an Aussie aura in the air.
Bodes well for Mr. Anderson.
83.
He's not the only Aussie there this weekend. Simon Whitlock is here. And after the way he played last week against
60.
a couple of opponents, he's going to be threatening.
Yeah, encouraging signs from the Wizard. Seeded player, of course, entering the stage. The second round tomorrow, just clinging on to his position as a seeded player at the moment, Simon Whitlock. And Anderson down to a finish again, and you would think he'll be looking at double 10 or double top. He's already hit each of those once for 3-0. Double 10 it is. There you go, 14 darts. Well, he's gone 16, 15, 14.
Has anybody got 13 at home?
Well,
if you're doing the sweeps at home and you've got 13, I think you're in a pretty good spot.
can we just play a couple more legs just so we can get down and break this curse of Ross Smith?
60.
Well, we know we can hit a 9-darter on TV.
Well, we do.
Can he hit one on the European Tour? I believe I remember seeing some footage on YouTube that he hit one
60.
in the very first leg of the Cheshire Open.
Wow.
Yeah, Wes Newton actually made the comment that, oh God, we're not that good.
Well, that's the second maximum, and right now Darren Webster does not know what he's hitting.
100.
This is quite an ominous performance. Very steady, gradually getting better, and he, make no mistake, is in the groove.
Oh, it is getting better from Kyle Anderson, and Darren Webster desperately clinging on. He's at 120 to leave a finish, but again it's a massive one, and Anderson now 12 for ball. He's got to go for it. Webster's on a finish, hits the treble, double 13. Oh, just
68.
misses inside.
Darren require 140.
Well, that screws up the 13-darter. Darren Webster can leave it handy here, and does. Just in case Kyle Anderson does mess around with this 13, which could be 501, 5 double 4.
Game
There it is. Another 14-dart leg.
Fifth leg Kyle to throw first.
And I'm even going to look at the stats, and I'm going to say he's averaging over 100.
Well, I'll confirm that for you in just a second once my stats screen refreshes.
100.
No, well, there you go. They'll beat me to it. 101.8. And it could have been a touch higher than that had that double 13 just crept in, but
55.
Kyle Anderson is absolutely tearing into Darren Webster here.
We've got to ask, has Darren Webster upset him or done something wrong in a previous life? Because Kyle Anderson really isn't looking back from this.
16, 15, 14, 14.
41.
That'll do. It's a couple of years since he's beaten Darren Webster. He met him twice in 2 days back in 2014, and he won them both, their first two meetings.
100.
The only recent meeting, though, was back in May, and Webster won that one 6-3. So, and Darren, I got the same flight as him at the last European tour, and I was asking about his various records against people. He's not a guy who keeps stats. He just tapped the side of his head and said it's all in there. He knows his records against various players. It sticks.
56.
This has been Kyle's worst leg of the match so far.
86.
But Darren Webster is still behind. Qualification, Darren Webster absolutely flew through. 6-0 against Harry Robinson and 6-1 against the talented Aaron Monk. Kyle, pretty much the same against
52.
Scott Taylor, 6-3. Andy Bolton, who played brilliantly last week, 6-1 there. But here, best player has been Kyle so far.
105.
Well, this would be a killer because Darren Webster hasn't really got that close in this match. He's given himself a real opportunity here. If Anderson takes out the 136, though, he's going to slam the door in his face. Oh, he looks so inviting for the second one.
78.
And what's more, Kyle Anderson looked angry that he didn't get a shot at that double 8.
That's great stuff from Webster, though. Oh, my word, double 7.
73.
Made it hard for himself, and that
Kyle
might be that.
58.
18 for double top for 5-0, and Kyle Anderson may be on his way to a whitewash here. Double 10, he's hit it a couple of times.
Game
And
shot
make that
the fifth
3.
leg. Kyle Anderson, 6-leg Darren to throw first. Game on.
I'll tell you what, if Kell Brook turns up like this against Gennady Golovkin, They were in for a pretty good fight.
Well, they have a chance.
One round 40.
He starts beautifully there. Can't fight with the seconds, but
100.
for the third, a little bit disappointing there. Webster, from this position, I know players don't give up, but do they consciously think, some of them, this is gone. I'm just playing for pride. Just try and make it respectable.
Well, from my own personal experience, if I'm 5-0 down, I think to myself, put everything into this leg, get a leg, and then you might get to 5-2, you might get to 5-3. Then you could possibly think about trying to win the match again. But at this stage, it's all about winning one leg. I remember my best example of this. I was 7-0 down to Michael van Gerwen, and he was averaging 133. I was averaging 107, and I was 7-0 down. We went to a break. I came back and said, right, I'm going to win the first leg. I won that leg. Then I won another leg. Then I won another leg. Then I lost the match.
But at least he had a semblance of respect. The 156 is not going for K.Anderson, but he's going to leave himself handy. Yeah, he should get $2 for the match unless Webster takes out a massive one. He keeps being left these big ones, and he's not really threatened to take any of them out. At 56 points, stand between K.Anderson and a whitewash win.
Could it be tops to play Kim Huybrechts? He loves tens in this match, and loves it even more now because he has won the match. Kim Huybrechts waits for the original. What a performance! Shortest match of the day so far, and I hesitate to say so far. We've got more to come. Stay tuned. We will grab a word with K.Anderson. Unfortunately, Darren Webster's going home, but the original goes through.
Das war schnell. Ein glattes 6:0 für The Original K.Anderson. Und damit spielt er morgen gegen Kim Huybrechts. Kyle, that was very, very fast. Congratulations.
Thank you. No, I felt comfortable before I came up, and to play against Darren, it's always going to be a quick game, and I'm just happy my double's winning.
Kim Huybrechts is waiting. He played the final last week, so he's in a good shape.
Against Kim, it's always going to be a good game. You know, Kim can play well. I've just got to come up, do what I do, and play my own game, and that's all that matters to me, to be honest. Yeah.
You're the number 30 right now in the ranking. What's your plan for the second half of the year? Are you attacking the top 16? Is that the next goal?
Top 32 was the goal for the end of the year. We've got there, so anything from now on to the end of the year is a bonus, and we'll start again with another goal.
See you tomorrow again. Thank you very much. K.Anderson.